Hello, everyone. Oh, there's a lot of people here. It's good to see that. So hi, I'm Tal. I'm one of the co-founders of Lost My Name. Lost My Name has been running for 3.5 years now, and myself and my co-founders have been working really, really hard to try and reinvent how children's books are being made, how they're being bought, and how they're being read to children. I don't know how many people had personalized books when they were growing up. I had one. And I don't know if you guys remember, like a show of hands, who had had a personalized book given to him when they were kids? Does anyone here had that? Okay, so not one. Good. 2, done. So we're changing that. So in the US, there's quite a lot of personalized books. I actually found a personalized book from 1976 in a pawn shop in London, and it was kind of like written on a typewriter and illustrated by hand. It was quite mesmerizing. But the thing is, for the past 40 years, personalized books were mostly kind of treated as a sales gimmick, and not a lot of real authors and real illustrators or professional ones have treated this medium as what we consider it to be or can be if we are successful. So as I said, we're working really, really hard to change personalized books forever. And the biggest element that we're trying to create is that piece of wow, like a book that is mine, typically. That I don't like. Many of our customers are asking us how is it possible? How can it be that you're making each book that applies to me? And that's the oh my God, I can't believe it reaction that we keep on getting from many of our customers. And we are on our way. These are just a few pictures of the thousands of pictures, posts, emails we're getting from customers celebrating the books that we make being read to their children. So just to give you an idea of how do we operate, we are a full-stack publishing company, or moving towards that. We have a product design studio, about 20 people or so that are working in teams of an illustrator, a writer, and a technologist all together to come up with concepts for the books that we make. We're building technologies for personalization, layering engines to digest Photoshops and InDesign files, inject smarts into it, inject logic into it, preview the books on the website immediately for customers, just like fashion, to feel what it is that they're going to get. We have a full marketing team in-house that are in charge of selling directly to our customers. We very rarely sell through other vendors. There's one not on the high street in England that we sell through them. And we have, because of that, we have a big team of e-commerce technologists, typically product analysts and so on, to serve the books that we sell around the world, and we're a global company. And obviously, many of you would know that we have to make each of our books that we sell, and we have a network of 12 providers around the world, and I'll touch on that later. So in the past 3.5 years, we've been working and making 3 books. One of them is available in Germany at the moment, soon the second one, and 2 product extensions to the first book. our most successful one. So Lost My Name, actually the name of the company and the name of the book is quite similar. We never thought like we're gonna see the success that we have, and we never thought like we're gonna need a different name for the company. Lost My Name, or the little boy who lost his name, or the little girl who lost their name, is the top-selling picture book in the US, UK, Canada, Australia in 2015 and 2016. I think even in Germany as well. Our second book, The Incredible Intergalactic Journey Home, is a journey that takes a child from their bedroom out into space and back to their own home using satellite images. We think it's one of the most advanced picture books ever created. And last week we've launched our third book, Kingdom of You, which is dealing with kids' obsessions. So a parent or with a child can choose kind of like the stuff that the child likes, and a narrative is being created around that. Unfortunately, I don't have a computer, but for the demo, you can all go to www.lostmy.name and see how easy it is to create books with us. And the idea is co-creation. So a person, what is the minimum amount of work a person has to put into a book in order to really feel that they own it, that it is theirs. So have a look. In the past 3.5 years, as I said, we sold 2.7 million books. And you can see kind of like the curve. The curve is kind of like we're not growing as much as we have in 2014 and 2015, and that's actually what I'll talk today about. So just to be clear, for us, it's not just about selling books. The whole project started as a pet project that involved kind of like a piece of education and a piece of manufacturing and a piece of technology, and it all being summed up to the journey to give grown-ups creative superpowers to make magical, memorable connections with children. And we think personalization is a big element in that. Oops, sorry about that. So our books are personalized, and that ties back to why we feel they make a lot of impact. What we find is that personalization creates surprise. It creates delight. It creates connections between the child and the parent, mainly because the kid keeps on being surprised of the magical powers that the grown-up comes to them with, and presents something that they've never thought was able they'd be able to create before. And there's even empirical evidence for that. In the University of Manchester, there's a research around personalization, and we realize that from an education perspective, there's a lot more resonance of the story, of the narrative, sometimes of the words, when something applies to you, when you feel unique. So we've enjoyed the phenomenal success. Wonderful. And we're constantly thinking of what next. And originally, my talk here today was supposed to be like, publishing is back, like everything is beautiful. But actually, in this forum, I thought about constructing a slightly different narrative than I typically do, and involve you in the intrinsic challenges of our business. The one thing that we see is that the barrier to entry from a print production is getting lower and lower because of a lot of companies, probably some of them probably yours, that enable creators to go to market faster. And we see a lot of copycats of Lost My Name. We're humble, that's nice, but like it's obviously like harder to make a living out of it. Here are some examples. They're all working on the same basis as Lost My Name. Here's another one, less of a good design, and here's another one. So it's a big challenge for us to see more and more competitors coming into the market and doing something that you've launched just a couple of months ago. So, but actually, when we drill down on that, we don't think many of those businesses are sustainable, and we know that because many of them call us up or email us and tell us, like, guys, do you want to buy our business? And it's interesting because we don't want that, but they should have never existed in the first place. So let's talk about the practicalities. So out of an average order value, there's you obviously get money out of it, the purchase, and we see cost of production, cost of shipment, and cost of marketing, which ends up as the marginal cost of production of the transaction. So you either make a profit on an order or you don't. And here's the actual numbers that we see on average. So a purchase price on average is about £28. The cost of production is about, on average, again, kind of like on a global level, is about £6. Cost of shipment is between 3 and 8, and the cost of marketing is about 14, a big chunk of that. And when you kind of like do the math, you can very easily see that you either make zero money on a transaction, or you make up to £5 about per transaction. So on a big scale, as we operate on 1 million books a year, the marginal operational profit is between 0 before salaries and 5 million before salaries. So that's between -6 and -1. Sorry about that. So actually, one book is not going to make a sustainable business, and that's what we see. It can make a potentially kind of like a lifestyle business for a small outfit, 2-3 people, being like outsourcing most of the stuff. But when you want to scale, one book is not gonna bite. So let's get back to the levers. Purchase, production, shipment, marketing. And what I thought about is just like involving you guys and asking really the questions of how can we, as an industry, allow businesses like Lost My Name to be a viable business, because this is our business to make. So let's drill down. Cost of shipment. Cost of shipment, it's quite interesting. We started in the UK. We sold in the UK. We sold 100,000 books in the UK. That was nice. Suddenly, like, someone found us on Twitter, and there's a bit of visualization. Yeah, it works. We started selling in the UK, and US started to pick up. Australia is picking up, and then from there on, just because of the global nature of our business, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, you can't really control where people are buying. You don't really want to control. You want to scale. So really, what we need to do as a business is, as soon as we have a customer base that is growing in certain location, we need to figure out how to ship them, how to ship the books. And actually, this is quite like a big chunky problem. So you open up, like our first piece was to open up a print house in the U.S. Up in Rochester, New York. Produce locally, still work internally, but produce locally. And from there on, the print on demand, certain capacity, especially because we're a very seasonal business. Most of our sales, 70% of our sales are happening in Q4. That meant that like we're running out of capacity. We needed to onboard new partners within the same country, and on and on. Wherever there is a community that adopts your product, you need very, very quickly to go out and solve the shipping problem. Australia, Canada, and now we have 12 production houses in the world. And this is going to be a continuous job. And we see that as business as usual, almost. GIF works. But still, shipping is a fixed cost to our business. The market is dominated by 3 major partners of shipping, and we find it very, very hard to make marginal, constant advancement in the price of shipping. And that's why we open print houses around. And I want to ask us as an industry, what can we do about shipping? I sat down in Downing 10 with the Minister of Commerce in England, and export-import shipping is a big problem. Could be a problem just in England, but like from what we know, it's a global problem, and we need to figure out how to make it more efficient. Cost of production. So paper, printing, and people. Printing, as you all know, we're a good partner of HP Indigo, and we are buying paper from Mohawk Paper in the US because of its textured feel to it. But people is the biggest cost of manufacturing. So part of our business is to really kind of like go down to the floor and re-engineer some of the production flows with our partners in order to speed up the production, involve less people in the manufacturing to overcome the high production cost and try to get the cost of production below £6. And just as a comparison, and I'm sure you all know that, like in offset or whatever, if you go out and you buy in bulk, you can get below $1 for same product. Obviously not personalized. So there's a huge difference between what a Penguin publishing business does to what the challenges of Lost My Name because we use print on demand. So again, a question to us is, what technologies, how do we streamline production in this environment? If we want to again enable more businesses like Lost My Name to get into the game. And the last piece is cost of marketing, which not a lot of people talk about, actually, like they did here today. But the cost of marketing is actually quite linear to the growth, the way we see it, when you have one product. Because the cost of acquisition is always higher than the cost of repeated customer. And that will be used later in this deck. So even if we're absolutely smashing a product that people love, and I think we at Lost My Name have, at least with our first one, the two others we'll see in the future. The bigger you get, the higher the cost of the marketing gets, and that's a problem, and we need to figure out that. And the reason, especially in the personalized business, in the personalized book business, the reason for that is that there is a very low search volume for personalized books or personalized gifts. And even on those terms, it's quite expensive to use these terms. While if you see, like, photo books are enjoying a massive demand because of digital cameras and people wanting to, people understand or the market is educated towards that product. So it's hard for us to grow. So for us, we use tricks like sending our books up to space, being read by an astronaut to raise awareness of what we do. We use Facebook to put in front of customers an ad of a product that they never knew existed before, just a second before, sorry, right? So we educate the market through our ads. But even that is becoming way more expensive than we thought. And at the moment, like above the line or TV ads are becoming are coming back to becoming a more viable channel for us. Great. So we're interested, like I don't have, like I'm here to propose kind of like questions rather than kind of like answer. Like the answers I've been working on for the past, and me and all of my team, and we're about 70 people, have been working on for the past 3.5 years. We're very interested in how we can weave technology and storytelling in a brand new way. We're asking ourselves whether we can make it at scale. We still don't know that. We're a venture-backed company. Google Venture invested in us. Greycroft, another VC in LA, have invested in us, and that allows us to lose money in order to figure that question out. So, kind of like for the past year, we've been quietly moving ourselves to become an independent publisher. And what does that mean? We've been developing technologies and staff in a generic kind of like way, or generalized way, sorry, in order to make more products like we want to make, in order to bring to use our new and new customers and bring and use and ask them to come back and buy our second book. So we're moving from a single product to a multi-product company, and hopefully over time to a brand that will make personalized product on a large scale interesting to customers, that they know this thing exists, that they treat it with hopefully the respect that we think this medium deserves. So this is generally our plan, and we're hoping to invite you all to help us create that. On the purchase, we're going to offer more titles. Our cost of production has economies of scale, but they're limited, and as you know that, many of you would know that. The cost of click is fixed relatively. Cost of shipping, again, there are economies of scale, but we're not really sure how to solve that on a larger scale. And the cost of marketing, the biggest lever is to make more of what you do. And the marginal operation profit, yes, please. So what can you expect from Lost My Name? You can expect from Lost My Name more titles in the future that we're hoping that will blow people's mind, that will keep on asking, oh my God, how did they do that? We're going to actually have a new company name to help carry the message that this thing can be bigger. And we're looking for partners from all around the world that can help us achieve our mission. So, and just to remind ourselves, like it is about the connections between grown-ups and kids. And this year, actually, like it's the first time that we're announcing that. This year, our first major partner for a grand big title is the Roald Dahl Foundation estate, sorry, and we're very excited about it. So if you are in the technology space, technology solution space for our brand, if you have new ideas around marketing, manufacturing and streamlining it, solving hard shipping problems, general partnerships of locations and distribution, paper, design, and even storytelling, I'd love to speak with you. I'm going to use the stage, right? And really kind of like, and we see that, and we've been always very open with our data. It's always available in real time on our website. We're looking to help this industry work and allow more creators, hopefully not copycats, but like real inventors and innovators to join this medium. Thank you.